You are fighting the most brutal war in human history. Your commanders will shoot you for retreating. The enemy is heavily armed, and the winter is freezing your boots to your feet. If you survive the trenches, you might become a decorated general, or you might end up a forgotten, limbless ghost begging for bread on a wooden board. This is your life as every rank in the Soviet Red Army. Level 1, the Ryadovoy, Private. It is November 1941. You are 18 years old, a farm worker from a collective outside Voronezh. You had 2 weeks of training, mostly marching. Now you are standing in a trench outside Moscow. It is 30 degrees below zero. The state has issued you a greatcoat that is too thin and a pair of canvas boots that are freezing to your feet. You are holding a Mosin Nagant bolt-action rifle. The man next to you does not have a rifle. He has been told to follow you and pick yours up when you die. Your daily ration is 800 grams of bread mixed with sawdust, but the supply truck was blown up by a Stuka dive bomber 3 days ago, so you are eating snow. The Germans are 20 miles away. If you run toward them, they will shoot you. If you run away from them, the NKVD blocking detachments behind your trench will shoot you. The Supreme Soviet has just issued Order 227, Ni shagu nazad, not one step back. You are the sand being thrown into the gears of the Nazi war machine. Your only purpose is to clog it. Level 2, the Yefreitor, Corporal. You survived the winter. In the Red Army, there is a common joke. It is better to have a daughter who is a whore than a son who is a Yefreitor. You have slightly more responsibility than a private, but no extra pay and no real authority. You are the one who gets yelled at when the privates dig the trench too shallow. But you have learned how to survive. You traded your canvas boots for a dead German's felt Valenki boots. You know how to strip a dead horse for meat before it freezes solid. You get a slightly larger ration of makorka, a harsh, cheap tobacco that you roll in torn pages of the communist newspaper Pravda. You have watched your entire squad get replaced 3 times in 6 months. You don't ask the new replacements their names. Level 3, the Sergeant. It is late 1942. You are in Stalingrad. You command a squad of 9 men. You are fighting an entire war over a single ruined bakery. The front line is not a trench. It is the hallway between the kitchen and the living room. Life expectancy for a soldier crossing the Volga River into the city is 24 hours. You don't use your rifle anymore. You carry a PPSH-41 submachine gun with a 71-round drum magazine and a sharpened entrenching shovel for hand-to-hand combat in the sewers. You sleep in the rubble, buried under bricks so the German snipers don't see you breathe. The officers above you keep dying, so you are basically running the platoon. You earn a medal for valor. The medal does not keep you warm. Level 4, the Starshina, Company Sergeant Major. You are 30, which makes you the oldest man in the company. You are the mother hen. You don't lead the glorious charges. Your job is logistics. You fight the supply clerks to get winter uniforms for your men. You are in charge of the Narkomovsky 100 gram, the official daily ration of 100 grams of vodka issued to frontline troops right before an assault. You pour it into their tin cups. You watch the 18-year-old boys drink it, their hands shaking. When the whistle blows and they charge into the machine gun fire, you stay behind in the trench. When the attack is over, you walk through the mud, collecting the little black paybooks from the dead bodies of the boys you just gave vodka to. Level 5, the Mladshi Lieutenant, Junior Lieutenant. You went to a crash course officer school for 3 months. They slapped a single small star on your shoulder boards and gave you a TT-33 pistol. You command a platoon. You have the highest mortality rate of any rank in the Soviet military. You are the tip of the spear. Your doctrine is simple and brutal. When the artillery barrage lifts, you blow your whistle, stand up in the mud, draw your pistol, scream, "Ura! For the motherland! For Stalin!" and run directly at the enemy bunkers. You must lead from the front. If you hesitate, the political officer will shoot you for cowardice. You arrive at the front line, report to the commander, and are killed 45 minutes later by a mortar shell. You didn't even have time to unpack your rucksack. Level 6, the Kapitan, Captain. It is 1944. You command a battalion. The war has turned. The Red Army is no longer a desperate militia. It is a massive, heavily armed juggernaut rolling west. You have T-34 tanks and Katyusha rocket launchers, but the pressure is crushing. The Stavka, High Command, gives you impossible timetables. You are ordered to take a fortified hill by 0600 hours. The mud is deep, the tanks are bogged down, and the hill is heavily defended. You request a delay. The request is denied. If you fail to take the hill, you will be accused of sabotage. They will strip your rank, tear the epaulets off your shoulders, and send you to a Strafbat, a penal battalion. Penal battalions are used to clear minefields by marching through them. You order the assault. You lose 400 men, but you take the hill at 0555. Level 7, the Zampolit, the political commissar. You exist in a parallel chain of command. You don't manage tactics, you manage ideology. You wear the uniform, but your authority comes directly from the Communist Party. You watch the captain, you watch the sergeants. You write reports on who is politically unreliable. If a soldier shoots himself in the left hand to get a medical discharge, you sign the order to have him executed in front of the formation as a warning. The men hate you. They fear you. But you are trapped too. Hitler has issued the Commissar order. If the Germans capture you, you will not be taken prisoner. You will be pulled out of the line and shot in the back of the head immediately. You are enforcing a reign of terror, but you are equally terrified. Level 8, the General Mayor. Major General. You command a division of 10,000 men. You live in a reinforced bunker, moving wooden blocks across a map. It is 3 a.m. The field telephone rings. It is Marshal Zhukov, or perhaps Stalin himself. He asks why your division has not crossed the Vistula River. You try to explain that the bridge is blown and you have no pontoons. The voice on the phone tells you, calmly, that if your troops are not on the other side of the river by tomorrow evening, you will be handed over to the NKVD. You hang up the phone. You are sweating through your wool uniform. You call your colonels. You order them to cross the freezing river on rafts made of empty oil drums and barn doors. Thousands drown. Thousands more are shot in the water. But they cross. You are awarded the Order of Suvorov. Level 9, Marshal of the Soviet Union. It is May 1945. You are the pinnacle of the Red Army. You command entire fronts, millions of men, tens of thousands of tanks. You orchestrated the encirclement of Berlin. You crushed the fascist empire. You ride a white stallion across Red Square during the Moscow Victory Parade, while soldiers throw captured Nazi banners onto the wet cobblestones. You are a living legend. 27 million Soviet citizens died to buy this victory. But as you look up at the mausoleum, you see Stalin watching you. He is not smiling. You are too popular. You are too powerful. The war against Germany is over, but the war for your own survival is about to begin. Within a year, you will be demoted, your allies will be arrested, and you will be exiled to a minor command in the Urals. Level 10, the Samovar. It is 1947. You are no longer a marshal, or a captain, or a sergeant. You are the private from level 1 again. But you left both your legs and an arm in the mud at the Silo Heights. The state calls you an invalid of the Great Patriotic War. The people on the street whisper a darker name, Samovar, a teapot, a torso with no limbs. You sit on a wooden board with roller skate wheels attached to it, pushing yourself through the train station in Moscow, begging for kopecks. The state that you bled for does not have ramps, or wheelchairs, or adequate pensions. You hide your medals under a dirty blanket because they don't buy bread. A year later, Stalin's secret police will sweep through the cities in the middle of the night, rounding up you and tens of thousands of other crippled veterans, hiding you away in remote island asylums so your ruined bodies stop depressing the public. The machine used you, broke you, and threw you away. Don't forget to like and subscribe.